So apparently the UFC then started back putting title fights on fight night cards, which I personally find to be incredibly disrespectful, but whatever. They managed to put themselves together a decent little card though, as this one headlined by the rematch between Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko, and the co-main event features Kevin Holland and Jack Della Maddalena. To go ahead kick it off with the title fight, I'm incredibly conflicted because I actually kind of want to side with Alexa Grasso low-key, because even though Valentina was definitely winning their first fight, it was actually still pretty competitive. And Grasso showed off the rip in that first fight to have a great game plan and be able to stick to it, as well as the ability to alter her own style. Because my film work could be lacking, but I hadn't previously seen Grasso actually take a southpaw stance. And not only did she take the stance against Valentina, she was quite successful with it. She used that stance to take advantage of Valentina's biggest striking deficiency, which combined with her overall lack of footwork, is her over-reliance to lean back and try and check you with her right hook. And the problem with Valentina's check hook in that first fight is that she was trying to use it to meet Grasso at the striking point. The whole point of the check hook is for it to come after you successfully evade the strike or strikes coming at you from your opponent. You want to lean back, make the punch miss, create some overextension, and then check. Valentina was trying to come over the top of a straight punch with her hook. And as y'all should already be knowing, 9.5 times out of 10, it don't work like that. A straight punch always gonna be the looping one. Shout out Weasel. So that's something I'd like to think she'd be able to realize and fix. But obviously her biggest advantage in the first fight and probably in the rematch is gonna be her wrestling still. Grasso is just too little. Valentina's a real powerful woman. She been manhandling bantamweight. So Grasso's very slight frame wasn't too much for Valentina to throw around. And like I said, Valentina could look to come into this one with a different striking approach, but I think it'll just serve her best to start wrestling earlier. That was the adjustment she made in the first fight. She realized that the striking exchanges weren't quite going her way, and so she just went to the wrestling, and Grasso couldn't stop it. Now obviously in hindsight, Valentina made a massive mistake throwing that spinning back kick, and Grasso showed to have some things in her bag that we ain't really know that she had. She showed an ability to quickly pounce on Valentina's back, as well as sink in an insanely tight rear naked. So, alongside with wrestling a lot more, especially off the rip, I think it would serve Valentina very well to not spin not once in this fight. And the biggest question for Grasso is, has she shored up her takedown defense? And you know, she just became champion. Her confidence is at an all-time high. I'm sure she's been in the gym working like a maniac and all that. But at the end of the day, if she too little, she too little. So thinking like that kind of has shifted my favor from Grasso back to Valentina. So now I'm kind of scared because my head's telling me to pick Valentina, I guess. But I have a feeling that Grasso just might be that fighter for Valentina and she'll win this rematch and keep her belt. You know what? I'm going to take a blatant risk and I'm going to say Grasso going to keep her belt. Yep. Sean Strickland going out and mollywopping Izzy might also be influencing me taking the underdog here, but I don't care. Moving on to what I think gonna be the best fight of the night, Kevin Holland versus Jack Della Maddalena. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet because I feel like once they get in the octagon, nothing's gonna matter. So I think Jack is technically the better fighter, great boxing, better boxing than Kevin Holland. But at the same time, Kevin Holland got like all of the physical advantages. He's taller, longer, hits harder, has a great chin. And Jack has shown in the past to kind of struggle a little bit with his entries when fighting a taller, longer fighter when he fought Randy Brown. And that really just comes from his footwork. Sometimes it's not all there. So if Jack can't get inside, he's doomed. Kevin Holland's too long, he hits too hard. But if Jack can get on the inside, start unloading with them combinations, he gonna be in business. But at the same time, Jack has shown in the past when he unloads with his combos, he becomes defensively irresponsible and he will leave himself open. So again, here, my head tell me go with Jack because I do think he's technically better. And I always do like to go with who I think is technically superior. But at the same time, if Kevin Holland catches Jack, I ain't gonna lie, the whole tide of the fight might change. And I don't know if Jack really gonna be able to hurt Kevin Holland with his shots. No slight to his power, Kevin just shown to have a stupid chin. So, you know what? I don't care. I already went out on a whim one time, so I'm going to just say, I'm going to go with Kevin Holland. I kind of feel like he's going to be able to find his shots, and when he lands, he's going to land hard. Jack will probably be winning exchanges, all of this different stuff. But a lot like when Kevin Holland fought Ponzinibbio, he might just find them certain shots that might stun or even knock Jack down. I don't know. It's going to be a competitive fight. I wouldn't put no money up on this one. That's a bit foolish. Solid little card, though. Raul Rosas Jr. on here, too, so I'm interested to see if he can bounce back from that thrashing he took in his debut. So, we'll see.